So let's be honest, when it comes to home projects, cost is one of the biggest sources of stress. We get asked with every project, so how much is this going to cost? And the honest answer is, it depends.
Hi, I'm Karen Hattan, interior designer and founder of Home by Hattan. And joining me is my husband and general contractor, Mark Hattan. After over a decade in the industry, we've noticed that many people share similar fears or misconceptions about what it's like to work with an interior designer or a contractor. That's why Mark and I created this Designer Trust series. Our goal is to pull back the curtain and demystify the experience of working with a designer or contractor. We'll show you how we work at Home by Hattan and explain why you can trust our process to deliver beautiful, tailored results. Join us as we answer your most burning questions and concerns through our Designer Trust series.
Today we are going to talk about that cost concern. We're going to pull back the curtain as part of our Designer Trust series and really address the concern of cost. And so, as I mentioned, a lot of people really worry about how much this is going to cost, and we get asked that all the time. And honestly, it does depend on how many rooms, what you're going to do with those rooms, how many installers you need, what professions you need. But you may also worry about, is this going to go over budget, or am I making smart investments with my money? And how do I know that I'm getting what I paid for? And honestly, it's very hard to feel excited when you're really worried about where your money is going.
Yeah, every home is an investment. And for most people, the home is their largest asset that they own. And it's important if you're going to put money into that, you want to get a return on that investment that you put into it. And not just a return on some future sale of your house where you're getting a value for it, but you want to get a return on what your lifestyle is like after that renovation is done and how it affects your family and the way you want to live in that space.
And what's really going to stand the test of time? What are you going to be so glad that you got? And honestly, sometimes if something is $100 more over here and 10 years later you love it, then aren't you glad you spent $100 on this thing? So we kind of guide you through those smart decisions and help you really weigh priorities and guide you in how to make those good investments. Because not everything is worth your money if you're not going to use it, or it's not going to improve your life, or if it doesn't give you joy when you walk in. I mean, honestly, sometimes I use blue and white things just because I think they're pretty. And that's an investment for me because it makes me very happy.
Our neighbor, Karen, helped her design her home, and she opted for this, it's called a German schmear on the outside of the house. And it's an extremely expensive, labor-intensive process. But she said every time she drives up the driveway, she just loves it. She just loves looking at the look of her house after having that done. So it was something that was an investment, but it was very meaningful to her because it made a big difference in how she enjoyed her house driving up to it.
There's always going to be a return on investment in that way. So, and that's why we start every project with what we call the project foundations phase. And this is where we set the foundation for your project. But part of that is really getting to know your values, what you prioritize, and then helping you ascertain what will that cost. We look at what products actually cost. And we look at past projects and see how that might compare to what you're doing, and we really help you wrap your head around what you're going to do with your money so that you are making a smart investment.
Whenever you start a project with Home by Hattan, we keep you informed throughout the entire project with weekly project updates and sometimes daily project updates as we move through things. We want to make sure that you know what's happening on the progress of your project, how the scheduling is going, and even how the budgeting is going. What does your investment look like at that particular time in the project? So there's no guessing, just full transparency on everything that we do.
Recently we just finished a kitchen project with a client, and she had a lot of high-end items on her wish list, but cost was a concern for her. So we took the time to help her prioritize. We kind of walked through, all right, well, how are you going to use this space? What is really important in the big picture of things? And we ended up using several of her wish list items. We got her a lot of really nice things, but we did help her make wise investments. And really, it's very lovely. It's providing a beautiful space for her and her family.
So I love getting a good bargain, and there's lots of places out there online especially where you can find deals on things. But it is easy to fall into the trap where you've gotten something that's so inexpensive that it just doesn't hold up, and it wasn't worth the time or the investment that you put into it.
And that's where we come in. I mean, as we said in the overwhelm video, we do sort through all those options for you, but part of what we're looking at is what is going to be quality item. What are you going to be glad that you spent the money on, and help you avoid that regret. That's a big goal for us, is how do we give you an end result that you are so pleased that you spent that money on it, and you are so glad that you invested in that quality piece.
Yeah, or you buy a shower fixture that you got on sale at Home Depot, and it looks really nice, but then, you know, for a few $100s more, you could have gotten a really good quality one, and you don't have to go back in later and bring the plumber in to undo it, or it's not working correctly, or your pressure is wrong. That's a place to invest a little bit more in something that's a better quality.
So we guide you through that as part of our budgeting exercises. You know, what's important to you, where is it wise to spend a little bit more money to get that quality item. If we're talking a shower faucet that you would have to tear out your tile to replace, then let's get a quality one. Many people will probably be surprised to know that cheaper is not always better. In the world of Amazon, it's really tempting to go, oh, look, I found this. But part of what we do is kind of guide you into knowing where do you invest in a more quality item, because we do not want you to regret your choices. We really do care deeply that you are pleased with your end result, that you're making wise investments, and we will be your guide to do that. When you work with us, you're not just spending money just to spend money. We know that you're making an investment in your home and in your life, your quality of life, and we just want to honor your budget with transparency, with intention, with guidance. Mark gives us guidance too. We really want to help you invest with confidence. So if you're curious about how to plan your project with clarity, with confidence, if you want that transparency with budgeting, or just want to talk about it, we've linked a blog below that goes deeper into our budgeting approach, because a design isn't just about being beautiful, it's about being intentional and really bringing that quality to your lifestyle.